This is Samson. So Robert, introduce me to this group here. Who am I? What do I do here?
This is Samson. He's the lead designer on this bridge replacement project. He's one of the most accomplished engineers in the entire office. So when there is a project that has a level of complexity, guess who they come to? Mr. Toe, the voice of Port Town. So put some respect to his name. He knows what he's doing.
Thank you. Okay, as you can see here, I'm a beginner impacting. Run the big one. See how it's working like this here? And that's small one. That's what we do. We talk, but we do as well. Okay? Again, the sweat is the bottom. It's my country. So we're doing it to be able to help. Whatever we can do to help. It's not about the money. It's about what we can do to improve the lives of our brothers and sisters. This is the city of beginner. And they put it in the sidewalk. Yes, I'm going to tell you. They put it in the sidewalk. And I'm going to be one in the sidewalk if I ought to.
Baba di mi we nya ma pola pa luwa ti yo won wo toro
This is Samson too. So Robert, introduce me to this group here. Who am I? What do I do here?
This is Samson too. He's the lead designer on this bridge replacement project. He's one of the most accomplished engineers in the entire office. So when there is a project that has a level of complexity, guess who they come to? Mr. To, the voice of hotel. So put some respect to his name. He knows what he's doing.
Thank you. Good evening, Samson to Labra Public Radio. We want to thank all of you again tonight. We're going to be doing two things at the same time. Very interesting situation is happening right now in our community, and I'm listening to it because there are a lot of names being called here, but we have to do our job. We have to do our job. In my Jira community, well, I'm too old now to be in the kind of thing. I'm too old, but anyway, we thank God. For many of you, Mr. Wright, Kyra, thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. I think, Mr. Wright, since you're here, I think I will take responsibility on this one. I think if the way you, Mr. Wright, continue to try to educate these young people, some of us that follow you,
and say yes, these people need to be educated, I don't think we'll have these kinds of problems in our community, because most of these kids, most of these young people don't know exactly what have happened to Liberia, and how why they call us Grand Gita and Crown people. They don't know these things. Many of them don't know these things, and so they think they're very free to do whatever they want to do in the community. How much people struggle in this area, in this country, for the county association to survive. Plenty people struggle. I mean, drive all night just so that we'll be together. But yeah, we are. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening, and I will let those who want to respond to call in and talk about it. That's right. Other than that, we'll move on. So let me welcome all of you. Please share this video. Roland, thank you for joining me. If I come, if you have something you want to talk to us about, Roland, just let me know, and I will send you the link right away, and you can be part of it and enlighten us what is happening in our country. But thanks, Labra Pablo name has been called twice in this proceeding here. But I would talk about that a little bit. I'm not going to spend much time on it tonight. I will talk about it a little bit because people need to understand these things. Anyhow, thank you for joining me. Please share this video. Share this video to as many people as possible. Okay, and we really love for you people to stay with us tonight and be with us. We're here. We're here. Samson to Labram Pablo. Safety, safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for everything that you have done and continue to do. We ask for long life, my Lord. We ask that you continue to bless us. We ask that you continue to guide us. Thank you, my Lord. Thank you for the blanket of love. Thank you for the blanket of opportunity that you continue to provide for all of us. We want to thank you, my Lord. Those of us that believe in you, we know you have good things coming for us. And because of that, we say thank you for things that are yet to come. Thank you very much. My Lord will come again to say the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed, the President of the Republic of Liberia be blessed. Extend his life. Whatever he touches, my Lord, bless his hand. Whichever door he knocks, my Lord, open the door. We ask you, my Lord, to continue to help us in whatever situation we find ourselves in. Thank you. We ask that the host country, the United States of America, be blessed. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, folks. Samson told Labra Public Radio. Like I said, I'm listening to former president of Grand Union Association explaining most of the stuff that we were part of. So I'm listening to that as well. I'm listening to that as well. So, but let's move on. I want to thank all of you that joining us tonight. Please share this because I didn't have the opportunity to share it. Please share this here to as many people as possible tonight. So we will address it at the appropriate time. LPR name was called twice, but we will address the thing at the appropriate time. We have leadership, we have structure, we have leadership structure on this platform here. This is what I want to say. This is the only thing I want to say about this until we're ready to address this statement. Quite recently, quite recently, I don't even need to touch that. I don't need to touch that. You guys go and do a research about this platform that we're running, how much it costs. Just go and do Google, and the platform we use here. Go and do a research how much it costs a year, how much every year that we pay. Not only that, not only that, we have a station, we have a station established in Liberia where we have a building in Liberia in Monrovia, headquarters in Monrovia. How much is that? Do we come to you guys for money? No, but we still talk about your issues. How do you think this thing comes about? And this is what I really respect, Mr. Soul. Here myself, we can talk Tabata all day. You were coming out tonight and say, oh, that man is the most ridiculous. But when we discuss things, he listen. He listen. He doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't say, "Oh, I'm the CEO. I will do whatever I want to do." We discuss. His views are respected. My view are also respected. Other members of the entity views are also respected. He doesn't make decisions that will affect the institution without us being informed. I respect him for that. So whatever information that you heard tonight, we'll discuss it at the appropriate time. But I'm not going to touch it right now. I'm just listening to it. I'm listening to it because we have done in this community. LPR has done more to promote Grand Association than any other individual, any president. I said so. From whoever, from Timor Collins, all the way to either point. You know, we have records. LPR went with the association and did video that they were using around here to sell. Don't they might not let me talk. They might not let me talk. But we'll discuss it when the time comes. We are not leech. LPR honor Mr. Soul, we are not a leech. We do. And most of the time, we tell them don't pay it. We will do it for you because of our county. Most of the time we don't take money from them. When we did the program, the huge program in Dallas and in Phoenix, people respect us. We promote this organization. I can't talk about that. Would you? But let me move on. Let me move on. So we'll move on. Mr. So will listen, and whenever he wants us to address it, we'll address it. We will not address it with emotions. We'll address it with facts and evidence. Remember now, this entity is a video-based evidence. So we can go not only video but audio-based evidence. We can go all the way back to 2009, 2010, and play the audio of all of the people jabba 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 jabba. When we were talking, we knew we were recording. You know, when it comes on, we tell them this show is being recorded. So we have those evidence. The recording are there. I don't want to play some of them here to know, but we'll let it go. I will wait for Mr. Soul. Mr. Harry Rollins, if you want to say something, let me know. We'll bring you on. But let's move on. Let's move on. So let's move on. So today conversation, I send the link out to all of you already. You want to join me, please do so. Because right now, today I work some, and the reason why I will not be friendly here today. So I want to work already. You know, if you're born somewhere else, that not something good. Right now, the way I sit down, anybody from work, you look at my eyeball, and he tell me say your eyeball ready resign. I quit your job. I'm going to like, bro. The way I want to go more now so cool like that. Yeah? Anybody, you start selling. My wife, I already. My wife already gave me permission to go and do whatever I have to do in library and come back. Okay? So anybody, I'm anxious right now. So they know. So we want to work today. I don't want to go to total already. I'm looking for somebody to start trouble with me so I can leave that job and go. We have an emergency project. Samson told. I said, this is what I want. And say, yeah, okay, I can give it to you. When? I said, don't ask me when. As I was driving, coming, I said something to her. What's wrong with you? You think that Brown Talk Company? If people say, we don't want you tomorrow, what you do? Oh, because Maria and Total were on my mind. Yeah, okay? But I was slow down. I'm gonna be stupid for granted. Maria and granddad business. I'm gonna come to room and tomorrow I go to work. They say jump, I will say how high. When they say how high, how jump, I say how high. Whatever they say, I will not do what happened today. I will not do it again. I fool, I stupid. I will not do it again. I'll make my money. I'll work. But on a very serious note, the Republic of Liberia. I have, as I say, Armo Kaira, I have his book. Very interesting subject matter in his book, Mr. William. We have subject matters about Liberia. We don't have to look. One of the things that people like Armo Kaira and William Young they continue to do for us is this. They're telling us we should not depend on BBC to write our story anymore. They're telling us we should not depend on CNN to write our story anymore. They're telling us we can write our own story now. And we have those stories. We have those stories. We have this story. And so, all of the stuff they've been writing about, they're there. They're there. They're there. The records are there. We will show them. We now we will continue to do what we have to do to make sure people understand these things. So we will continue to talk about the Republic of Liberia. Here's the thing here. Here's the thing about this whole country. Okay. Okay. We the Liberians have to understand we cannot go anywhere else and borrow other country citizens to come and help us. We do that, we'll continue to remain to where we are. Early this morning, my son, Timothy Toll, it's Robert Toll's son, who is also my son, was showing a video. People build in areas where the government is not informing them properly to say the area you're building. This is the contour. This is the geological map. This is the topographic area. These are the things that you have to watch for especially water. They build without taking into consideration proper drainage system. In this place, before not only in a place, most country nowadays, before you build, you have to go through a process to say yes, this area you can build because the infrastructurally we are prepared for you. We got to provide drainage system. We got to provide storm drain. We got to provide sanitary. We got to provide sewer system and all those kinds of stuff. Liberian must understand that if you live in this country to go to Liberia to or Monrovia to go build, you must be able to respect the rules. You can't just get up because you got money, you want to build and build. All of the infrastructure that's supposed to make up a building must be provided. If you don't have it, you want to use a septic system, use a septic system that will be durable. Okay? So we cannot just get up and go and build places. Okay? We can't do that. We can't do that. We must not do that. Okay? These are things that are not good for us. And it's something that we have to stop. Okay? You can't leave from here as a good citizen of this country. You live in a house. You know what I'm going to be doing? Sometimes I say I will do these things, but sometimes I look at it, I say, why waste your time? They were not listening to you. They were not, they have some books out there, building service system. They tell you when you start the developmental stage all the way to finishing your property. So if you want to use septic system, Liberian, we don't like to innovate. For some reason, we say we call ourselves educator, an educated person, and what have you, but we do not follow the rules. I was talking to a friend of mine this evening, very smart guy. But I told you, I knew he's very, very smart. I know that one. But I tell you, I'm smarter than him. So he must say, when we get on it, we're gonna be fighting. No, I'm smarter than no, I'm smarter than him. Very smart guy. And he was telling me today, he's an engineer as well. I said, Samson, to be an engineer, you know what that is? There's the ability for you to take physics and apply it to the daily lives of your community. Is to take mathematics and try to see the calculation that you do, how you apply that to everyday lives. I give you an example. You see that thing I wear here? You see all these stitches? They're pattern. I said, Goya, he will tell you these things are pattern, mathematical pattern. Yeah, I don't know how to. He can tell you because he's the math genius. But these kinds of stuff, they tell us they make it without even looking twice. But you can take this kinds of idea and they put it to the next level. We don't do that. We don't do that. We like to use things from abroad, but we will not fix things for us to use back home. Okay? I'm fighting with my children. Y'all know me. I ain't here for kumbaya, baby. What I find so can't fight with him. My children, I fight with them. But you know what I'm fighting for? I got a gosu going. I want them to leave my gosu. So I told them, I was just telling the other one, that man, when I showed them the go picture, they don't want to eat it because they know. I want to eat my goat by myself. But yeah, I can't want to share my goat. The other man just the man just came from Marine. Both big like that. When I share my goat with him, he will finish it. I'm gonna see, so I show them the goat picture. So I go, oh, Dad, I don't want that kind of stuff. That's how can you eat something like this? And then they go that can share too. They want people holding with rope walking behind them. Dad, look at the goodness following my other young boy. Look at the goodness following him. Why would you want to? Oh yeah, you think I'm stupid? I'm smart. Samson too. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it on a very serious note. So, those of us that have the ability to at least understand these things a little bit, we have to do better. Monrovia is on. Okay, now that the other one finished, now let me go. I know by tonight people will be calling like, but I'm not gonna be involved in it right now because we'll take our time and we'll respond to it. We'll take our time and respond. But anyway, let me move on. So, Monrovia is up the hill. Why will you have a flooded condition in Monrovia? What part of Monrovia that is below sea level? Water side. That's it. Even West Point says some part of West Point is not below sea level. Why do we allow people to build in the drainage area and clog up the drainage process? For what reason? Water can't go uphill. They come and read again. People will see, you'll still start seeing on Facebook. Community going to be flooded. I give you an example. and I'm gonna call some places near. Please forgive me because I don't know the places anymore. I left Liberia when I was 2 year old. Yeah, I was 2 year old when I left Liberia, so I know Liberia, I know Maria that going. But behind the Charter House, yeah, Charter House. I call it blue flower, blue. Yeah, I said yellow flowers, some kind of flower, man. But anyway, behind Charter House, there's a slope down there. So as you go down, there's another hill that go up. They say Captain whatever, he lives on that side. So I had the friend of mine had a contract one time to level the place down so the guy who owns the up the hill can be able to slope, give him a driveway. So I went there trying to survey the area, and they other Omo, he want to beat me up because I'm trying to take it. I said, you don't know what I'm doing. Ice me. He said, I'm not gonna ice you. So he want to fight. I said, okay, you're not pack our thing. So as we were leaving, one of our guy came and was telling me about the drainage system. He said, but this is the area we need to fix. So you heard it. Oh, you want to fix the waterway here? The guy said, yeah, but that's what the guy now he didn't know that the man wanted to beat me. You want to fix the waterway? Oh, white flower. Oh, thank you. The rescue 3, I know you're here. I know that not yellow flower, white flower. White flower. Yeah, thank you, thank you. I know Liberia know this thing. So he said, oh, you say I want because every time when it flood from up the hill, the water comes and go into their houses and they move, they go up the hill, stand holding their thing over their head. They always want that area fixed. So now he found out now that I want to fix the drainage system. But why you tell me? I said, you asked me and you wanted to beat me? He said, but I said, but we finished by that time I finished unpacking all my stuff, my instrument and thing. I put them back in the bag, I put them in the car. Oh, but let me unpack. I said, no, 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 no. I'll come back. I left. Now, years later, I'm thinking if I were to just stay there and fix the area, maybe. But the point that I'm making here is this. Very soon we're gonna have an overpass. And around our overpass there will be flood. The Chinese will try to provide because they're gonna have to provide the drainage for the overpass. They can't leave water up there. The most likely what they're going to do to us unless public work ministry tell them say we don't want water dropping from over the overpass on the floor. Pipe the water. Then the bridge they're going to have, they can put in 12-inch, anywhere from 8 to 12-inch pipe running all into the bridge. And as on the side of the bridge, water go into the hole and go into the pipe, and pipe collect the water and convey it to somewhere else where you will go and dump it neatly. It's just like electrical wire in your house. The wire come from outside. That's una area now. What electrical wire come from outside, but then they distribute it all over the house. You don't see it. They're in a wall. All of the plug, the plug that comes to the wire that comes, you don't see it. They're in a wall. It's the same thing. But you'll find out they will not do it. The Chinese people will leave a periphery. They will leave a hole in there, and the water will just drop it. And as the water, my people will suffering. The water, the height of the how do you call it? The height of the bridge itself, from the floor, from the ground to the bridge height, most likely it's going to be like maybe 12 feet. So if you take the depth of the bridge, which is maybe 5 feet or so, so from where the water going to stop to get to the ground, it's going to be higher than 7 feet. The force of that water coming to hit the ground, the flow of that water coming from the bridge to hit the ground, before you lose, start eating away the ground, the drivable condition on the road, because we're not thinking ahead. That's the problem. How do we convey? I got their drawing here. And I look, there is no pipe running through those things. Forget about the water. You put it in a beautiful overpass like that. but they're gonna have wire running all over the place from one side to another. If you're to tell the Chinese, okay, it's a very short bridge, but in this area we want water, we want wire all on the ground, no wire running over here. They will put the wire through the pipe and put it through the bridge. That's how development start, my people. You can't develop that country overnight. You're going to do it little by little. But every one of us must agree that indeed, any government that's going to come tomorrow, where do people start? Start from there and move it. But we don't do that. We come to power, we denigrate the people who started before you. CDC haven't bad something talking about more CDC here. CDC ain't do nothing. CDC for 6 years, they ain't do nothing. I better not confess here tonight before somebody clip my video and say, oh, something told you say that look at her. Even if you clip my video, that look at her. What I said, I look at her, what you say? Anytime you clip my video and say you are being truthful, I'll say, I look at her. You want to tell me CDC all the 6 years, all the day were just stealing. They ain't do anything? But the new government that came in, President Baka started working alone and trying to work project that President Weah have already started. That's how it's supposed to be. But when you come in and you believe no one has done anything, you alone can do all. We're going nowhere. Look at the city hall. Look in front of that city hall. It's gonna ring again. That city hall most like why would why would city hall flood? Look at the contour of city hall. You know what they did? I used to play football on a area where they used to be Libya Bureau. I used to play football there. They had one huge ditch. Huge ditch. The ditch those days, what year was it? 1972, 73, 74, something like that. Ditch in that area. All of the water that come from LU, all of the water that come from Fiat Mine, all those kind of things, they go through that because they're above sea level. But that ditch take the water all the way to the ocean. Many of you that are older than me, the old people younger than me, you remember that. Okay? What did they do? They decided to build on that ditch with no incentive at all to make sure, even if you're going to build on that ditch, put a bridge on it and build over the bridge. As long as you have the angle to support the weight of the bridge and the building on top of the bridge, the water still go underneath. I'm not too sure if that's what they're doing because several times now we have seen flood from in front of City Hall. Why do we see the flood over there? For what reason? For what reason? Sometimes Crown Hill why would a Crown Hill? Why would you have flood? Any kind of condition flood? Water should not even sit down on Crown Hill. You shouldn't have pedal or birth bath. So when it's small here in the country too, you can get that thing when you build your road and you don't come to Samson to design it correctly. Sometimes the water can sit on the bird can take by inside, but it's not the big stuff. Why would they call the hill Crown Hill? Why would you have flooding condition in that area? For what? For what? So when you get to Broad Street and when you leave Crown Hill as you go on Broad Street, going down, there's Dew River. On the other side, going Center Street that way, the hill there. That hill continue all the way to Ducal Palace. Why must that place be flooded? For what reason? What reason? What reason? And they got smart people. They got real smart people in Liberia. Good engineers, smart engineer in Liberia. I will admit this one. They're smarter than me. But I got beam off. They ain't got beam off. I got beam off. Most good engineers don't let them go. More good engineer. My father say, engineer. Yeah, myself engineer. Most good engineer don't talk. Only the bad one, like something told, they don't want can open their mouth. Why would we have a flooding condition, rain coming again this year? People will not be able to walk in their community. Your thing when you those of us that are in the diaspora community and things like that, you think when you walk in the parking, you see all the asphalt and things like that. I give you an example. I give you an example. And then when I will run my mouth on it, my wife will not like it. So today we got a successor to assess the building we're living in, and the price of the building have gone up. So because of that, they're charging us besides our mortgage, the mortgage probably over the roof already. They're charging us. They're charging us $3,548 extra tax, property tax, and they will take that tax. Now I'm not alone. Everyone is because the community they charge you based on the community where you live. They charge you based on the value of the house and all that kind of good stuff, which I'm not going to go into. But I'm not alone. So they go all over the area here and charge everybody. They got people to manage that fund, and they will make sure that the garbage in the area is collected because of this money that I'm paying. They will make sure the water in this community, the tap continue. I'm paying water bills still. They will make sure that if there's any pothole in front of my house, they will come and fix it as soon as possible. They will make sure that when it rains, because they got trees all over the place, when it rains in the fall season, the leaves fall. So when it rains, usually the way you get flood in this country, the flood comes about because when it rains, sometimes the dirt, the leaf fill the drainage system, and they got people that goes around clean those places because of the kind of money I'm paying here. If any of the idiot that run this thing here, if they make mistake and take 5 cents to go buy chikisu, they will find yourself in a courthouse. Investigation will start. You put 5 cents in, you get 5 cent result, pretty much. And that's why I say California taxes are expensive. Got to live in this country, in this state, it's not easy stuff. But they're able to manage. They're able to manage big city all over the country, all over the United States. They trust their leaders. They trust their city leaders. They trust their community leaders. That in whatever it is, they're not going to be corrupt. Can we say that about our own community leader? So the question, they say, but Mr. Tope, somebody else will argue, the people are broke and they go to leadership, so they got to fill that. You must you go to leadership and fill your pocket because you are broke? What is the definition of service? I face car. I face my children's car. Some friends will call me to bring their car. I say, yeah. If I like you, I say, yeah. I face your car. You buy me Kobo, I face your car. You buy me children's juice, I face your car. But when I face only my wife, I can do it too. I can't do it to other people. Got my wife. I think something she got a new car now, so I don't even fix her car again. But when she had her other car, then something wrong with. I said, well, I can fix it. You know that. She said, okay. How much is that? I said, let me go to the store. The part that cost 15 cents, 150. The part that cost 150, 700. She want her car. I can fix it. And the good thing is when she take that same car and take it to the garage, they're gonna charge her 1,000 plus. You want to pay it? 700 compared to 700 compared to 1,500. Where once you go with 700, I eat the money. Oops, I wish you hear me. Samson too. The corruption in my house. No, I'm just kidding. No, but on a very serious note, it's service. Service. We have to think ourselves that we respect service. Let me bring in Rescue 3. He coming to come damage my show here tonight because he will disagree with me so much it will be unbelievable. He coming to say, no, but he coming to come preach different. Good evening, sir. Hello, Rescue 3. Thank you for joining me.
Good evening, David.
Okay. So we have to respect, first of all, we must understand what it means by service to people. Sunday, the whole of Monroe, you hear that you go there, hey, Jesus Christ help me. Hey. Monday, they start doing Marcos. The same people that are in church, oh. So people who were praying last night, today they're doing Marcos. You think they care for service? Where will we find Liberians among us that will want service to others and not to themselves? Where will we be able to find Liberians among us that will put the other people, the community first before themselves? Where? Are we going to get there? Because that is the only way. You can build 500 Bella Yara. There were four in one, like one in 500 Bella Yara you build them. Those prison will be filled within 1 year time. You fill the prison, you bring somebody, you do the singing. You put in there, you bring somebody until we understand and feel within us service. Service. I can't sleep the few days. I'm on a project. Fasting. Oh, not good. But that problem for me. No, I'm eating. I'm on my show right now. But I want service. I want people to know that I'm doing something good for the community. I don't live in a community. I don't have to live there. But if other people have sacrificed themselves, there's a friend of mine who I'm working with right now. He was here, bridge engineer here in the country. It could be a millionaire by now if you are still in the country. But he decided at a very early stage to go home and sacrifice. Then who am I to say I'm not going to help? The service. Service is not always about money. Let me bring in Rescue 1, Rescue 2, since it's not just me alone on this show right now. Rescue 2, thank you for joining me. What's on your plate tonight, sir?
Oh yeah, I just looking at it, looking at you enjoying yourself
Yeah.
and all of that. I don't know. The topic is about the rules and lands and all that, but
No, serious. The problem that I have, Terry, the reason I'm saying this is my son, actually my nephew, my brother's son, was showing a video today about an area that is flooded. And I'm wondering to myself, Moses, I don't know. Please send me, Moses, send your link again, your email again, so I can put in my email address. I don't know. Why is it that people are not telling the people who are building to say this area is going to be flooded? Let's find way before you build. First of all, here in this country, not only in this country, anybody that builds, the building have to be at least a foot and a half to 2 feet above the surrounding area. Your elevation that you have to set. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can copy Moses. Oh, I can't do it like that. Okay. Moses, just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. I'm gonna have to write it. Moses, let's do this. Let me send you my email and you reply to the email, all right? Let me send you an email. Let me put my email out here. Since you're not talking, I'm doing plenty talking right now. Let me send you my email and then you send something to that email and then I'll reply you. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, Moses, here it comes. Well, what happened? Moses, you here in a llama party again tonight? I'm trying to send you email and the witchcraft business not stepping. I can't get nothing coming to. But anyway, that's the email. Moses, send me. I'm gonna be checking the email now. Send me. Just say hi, and I will reply to you with the link. So Terry, as I was saying, so I'm thinking to myself, why do we not tell these people that are gonna build? Where is your building plan? Where is your floor plan? Because the floor plan will tell me how high you have the building with respect to the surrounding area. By that time, the community should know where the water coming, how the people getting flooded. The community should know there are certain buildings that are higher that don't get flooded when it rains easily. Only when it rains really, really bad. There's a city here in California called San Jose. San Jose, they have a system. If you build your parking lot have to be at least a foot below the road that go across your because that go across your that go along your parking lot. The reason they do that is this: if it's rain, your parking lot must be flooded before the road. You can't have your parking lot higher than the road. And so when I look at those kinds of stuff,
Yeah,
I'm asking myself, why is it that nobody telling these people these things? Not to say they don't know. Let's enforce it. Not necessarily enforcing by putting people in jail, but perhaps we can deny. But then if you deny, here comes the bribing issue. Man, Terry, we got problem, man. Let me hear from you, my brother. We got problem. Anyway we go, we got problem. Let me hear from you.
yeah. So that this problem, that why we need to relocate. We need to change our capital from Monrovia, 1847 capital, to a different place. That 1847 Monrovia political capital, because 1847 capital is Bento. But the political capital, which is Monrovia, everybody know it to be, was is sinking. It been there forever. It's sinking. The whole place is sinking. Monrovia is actually built properly. It's on a hill. That's why by now it has not sink, but it's sinking. So people got to realize that they got to move out, and we need a government that will come to say, you know what, let's relocate the capital city. But unfortunately, most of our people, then they're not thinking on that thing. They will talk about it when they come to power, money get in their pocket, they change their mind. So, yeah, I think that's what it is. And you can't stop people from trying to build, especially when the man hustle, he get his small money, he get his land, he won't put a live by for that. The one what he get, the money what he get, and what he can afford to build with. So when you tell him, say, oh my man, you know what, the money here, you got to build it this way or build it this way or put this amount of foundation. You won't give him the money to do it. So obviously, he's not going to say, let me go do it because you don't have the capacity to do it. You're just trying to find a smaller place to sleep and lay here. So we got to also take all of that into consideration. But if the government decide to actually effect with that, it will be a good thing, but it's going to cause a serious catastrophe in the country. Because many of the people who build the houses, build the houses at the time when they had the means to just do something, you know? So I think that is what it is.
So I agree with you though, Terry. Then let me ask you this question. When do we develop? Because what you're suggesting for us to move, as the first time that movie concept came to mind, when Amara Conan was here in Sacramento, almost the guy he came with the next year, they call him Sawyer, he died in the Ebola stuff. But they came here that year. I don't know how long that is now. But they came here that year, and I saw on his phone he was sharing it with us that they wanted to move the city. So even if you're going to move the city, it requires city planning, it requires layouts and all that kind of stuff. But I don't see any government doing it right now. So the fact that you're saying that people don't have the money, they just want to build, so we should just let them build.
No,
The same government that will allow them to build. If these people have flooded and think they want to ready to cry, you would think said the government was the cause.
Labor, I know what we're saying now. Politically, the country is already polarized with all kind of political stuff. Just a few days you were here complaining that the government move people from the land. Now you're telling the people now that they should build their houses certain way so that the water can have passage. But the man do not have the money to build his house a certain way. The one he got, that how he build her. So the man had already built a house. You go and tell him now, say, no, you got to reconstruct it that way. We need to break it down and reconstruct it. Almost like they say, that one is worse than even taking people from the houses that they built. At least the people you taking from the houses they already built, that those places were not for them. But this now, you telling the man who had already built his structure for several years. That my man, the way you build it, structure, yeah, it's not supposed to be built. That's why we need to break it down and reconstruct it. That's why you go and tell the poor man who don't have the means to survive, the only thing is depending on that place to lay, how you gonna resolve that? Bro? So my thing is, can we start now? Yes. If this government had come to power and say, look, you know what? We're moving the capital city. You move the capital city to another place and you start erecting ministries there. When you start erecting ministries there and people start operating from their gas station or mini mart, supermarket, all those things are built, you start transferring those things over there, people will be compelled to move to that place because that is where government is operating from. That's where all government spending their money and all of that. You know, people will gradually start moving into those areas. Like many areas in Liberia right now have been opening. People been building houses like Marshall,
Moses,
other places.
I just sent you the link. Go and look it up. Look in your email. Okay. All right, Terry. I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I
You
agree
see?
with you. But
So
it just because before the rainy season is over, somebody somebody place will be damaged.
agreed.
I'm bringing you on, Moses. Somebody place will be damaged because they just and I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Like I said, I'm on a project right now. Young man, it's a young guy, surveyor, and I'm trying to make them to understand the way you do the modern survey that will require those who are going to be the designing to be able to understand exactly what the area is, what it looked like. But many of them, they don't. All they want is the money. All they want is the money. How much you're gonna pay? Okay, when you pay, then you say this is all that's all I can do for you, Papi. No, we must be able to go beyond the money issue sometime. By the way, that would be my argument. Let's hear before I go to Moses. What's on your plate tonight? And then we'll come back to you to start when Moses introduce himself to whatever he's here on his place.
But it's just the same old thing. Now and then they're talking about this guy, this House of Representative is saying that
Moses, can you take the phone up to the ceiling a little bit? Because your hair is being
that
colored. Okay, that's
you
good.
be directing Mr. Secret, that phone will go off again when I'm seeing you again. So yeah. So I think this guy Sheikh what? Koyate or what? Some kind of name he
Just
got.
say the name I can't pronounce.
Yeah, the name I can't pronounce. But the House of Rep is recommending that the president fire the man for saying the things he said. And I think one way or the other, the House is right, but I support him because he stood the ground. The other day I was here saying that he was a coward, and I'm going to echo that he very, very surprised me. Just what I thought he was going to, I expected of him that what he did. In the first place, he shouldn't have said what he said. But now you have already said what you said, you have to defend it to prove yourself. And that is what he stepped up to the plate and he did because I thought he was going to apologize. And he swing it around and deceive both the president, for which he was elected, I mean appointed, and the House of Representatives. So it pissed them off. Probably that is the reason why they didn't go to work on Tuesday, because they were pissed off. So today they exerted the anger by recommending to the president that this particular guy should be replaced. So I thought that that was something to look at. That was very on my plate, and also the mining sector too. From what his name, the former lands and mines director, or
Yeah.
what his name, the kind of gold deposit and the kind of wealth that in Liberia, that Liberians are not focusing on. Instead, they're more focused around politics. Thereby, we are losing resources. And lastly, why do Liberian government, why do the leadership of the government continue to employ people that will continue to take the country money out of the country and spending it in European countries, Western countries? Like what the president said, I want to reiterate on what the president is saying, that his cabinet should not leave because they noted that there is a capital flight. If the budget of the government is around 800 million to 1 billion, and most of that money is not being spent in the country to have a trickle down effect on the people, that means somebody is taking the money out of the country. And if the money is circulating mostly among the government officials, that means they are the ones spending our money outside the country. So does that show love? Are they working in conformation with the president's slogan that love Liberia, think Liberia, build Liberia? When most of the money is used to pay mortgages abroad and spend abroad. So I think this is something concerning.
Thank you. We'll come to that. So there are two subject matter here, two beautiful, beautiful subject matter you have introduced. We'll come to that. Moses, good evening. Thank you for joining us. What's on your plate?
Yeah, good evening. How are you,
Just
Libra?
introduce your plate, and then we'll go to Terry to discuss his stuff, and we'll come back to you to
So
finish your stuff.
you don't want me to throw a little light on what you were talking in the
Oh,
beginning?
please, please, by all means.
Yeah. Well, Libra, let me just say good evening to the listening audience out there and those watching from far and near, and good evening to both of you. I've heard you, Libra, talking about servant leaderships and service to country and how people are supposed to be responsible to serve. Every citizen of Liberia owe it to serve that country, especially those that the people trust and put in leadership. But you see, when people are not taught, even the greatest country in the world, including America and other places, they have these service leadership meetings and they have these training, ongoing training. And my thing here is that, you know, when was the last time that Liberia, any administration in government, any administration has brought their people together, especially when having these retreat to talk about service, bring people in who got expertise in these ideas, to bring it and share with them. And because you're in a position doesn't mean you know all. You should be willing to learn other things, innovative way to advance your country, especially so if you're employed in those high level positions that we have in Liberia. But until the administration or the leader of that administration decide to go in that direction, it's going to be difficult because there are a lot of people who don't understand their responsibility to serve the Republic of Liberia. We don't teach it anymore in schools. Civics for Liberian schools, I don't think it's even taught in the school anymore to give the basic citizen their own responsibility so they can understand their allegiance and their responsibility to their own country. They're not even taught that. We were taught that in elementary and junior high school. Before we went high school, we knew, the duties of the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. We learned all of these things. Even some of the stories were made up, but we learned. And so it's time. And the other thing here is that there are people here willing to go provide services to our country. But again, the people in the positions, as soon as you get there, they feel threatened by your presence. And it becomes more difficult When you get in and you go and visit somebody and say, listen, let me just have a lecture here and stuff. I went to Liberia a couple of times. I wanted to go lecture at AME, Zania, or anywhere. And to just get the people to say, yeah, come talk about crime prevention or crime, or they got the only criminal justice program. No, they don't want you to do that. And you're doing it for nothing, for free. And so until the mindset of people in leadership change to understand that, people here with the expertise coming in the area, you are an engineer, you go to Liberia and you want to go and have a lecture. We have engineering school now at the university. One young man just graduated that I helped sponsor. This kid is he's sharp. But some of the things that you talk about, he's totally unaware. He's totally unaware. And so we need to begin to set the foundation so that can happen, and then it will trigger. Now, the Reverend we're talking about, and you guys talk about relocating the city so that people can start. Listen, every city in Liberia, Banga, Vonjima, these people need to elect the leaders, and the city needs to set. You know that, liberal building codes. We need to have building codes designed. The legislators cannot do it, okay? If we want them to do it, then they need to do it. But when you're building houses, they're setting, you know that, liberal. There's certain codes you have to meet before you even put your foundation down. And until we start doing that, we'll still continue to see these quasi places being built where flood will damage the place, building catching on fire, building falling down. When last did they have a building that was constructed and fire inspectors went in to check for fire hazard before they opened it? I don't think the fire department even inspected the building right there, the new mall, because 2 months after the mall opened, the elevator broke down and people were stuck in the mall. Come on now. We're in the modern world. Come on. We need to start doing something that makes sense. If we're going to do it, then we need to start doing something that makes sense. And my owner Tabata is always centered around security, and we see some things happening. I saw my IG doing groundbreaking, and my IG involved with the same thing. Stay talking about charging people and all that stuff, and I will keep talking about it because the IG is not supposed to charge anyone. They're supposed to hold people in custody that they suspect of probable cause of an incident and a crime that's committed. They can't get involved with civil matter. If a crime is committed and there's a high probability, that's what they say, they arrest people based on probable cause. That means there's a high probability that this person, we gather evidence that this person is the perpetrator. And then they give them time, 72 hours, to go and do more investigation so that they can present the evidence to the Solicitor General or the District Attorney to go and decide whether to go to court or not, and arraign the person in court, and that person has the right to either plead guilty or not guilty. And I think these are the systems that we still are not following, and it's creating serious problems for our criminal justice system in Liberia.
Thank you. Thank you, Mose. Let's go back to Terry now. Terry, thank you, Mose, for your contribution. But what's on your plate before we go back to Terry here?
That what
That's
he
what I'm
just
at
spoke
play. The
about.
security, the security,
Oh,
the security thing.
oh,
Look at this morning, yesterday morning. Two guys went to go do electricity work, and two children died. Working for I don't know if they work for LEC and they don't know what they were doing, or they were not trained properly, or they were stealing. But we had two deaths this
Okay.
morning or yesterday morning, one or the other. They were electrocuted trying to, I don't know what they were doing, but they said these are LEC workers.
Okay.
And that's why I keep saying some of these things need to be privatized and not the government, because if it's privatized, the government can hold them responsible. And the family can hold those companies responsible. But now
Yeah,
you can't go sue the government because the two people died.
that's
And
true.
who is charged with negligence?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Terry. Let's come to you on the first one. Take a lead on that, and then we'll follow you. Let's hear from you on the first one.
Yeah, so the first one here is that Kuyate or Sheikh Kuyate, yeah, was, the statement he made was his own opinion on how he felt about the government, especially the executive branch. Was that a good opinion? Was that a fair opinion? Was that true? Yes, it was true. But given the proximity, the position he holds in government, can he be making any kind of statements? In my opinion, I think he's not supposed to be making any kind of statement with all the acquaintances of the president or without the acquaintances of the executive branch, especially against the legislature, another branch of government, raining down those kind of attacks on them, which is true, and things like that. So I think the legislature position is right. But here is the thing here. Will the president listen to them and let Sheikh go? Or will the president maintain Sheikh? Maintaining Sheikh, is it what will it benefit the government, you know, working relationship? What does the proceed, what will the executive generate or letting him go? In my mind, there are two pros and cons. If Sheikh goes, Sheikh could become an antagonistic political figure against this government, and maybe it could change for the opposition. If Sheikh remains, if you maintain Sheikh, it also weakens the strength of the executive against the legislature, and the legislature will move on the chessboard to push the queen position, which then will give this government a hard time for most of the agendas to be met. So I think the government is between the rock and the hard place, in my opinion.
Thank you. Moses, you want to take a stab on it?
That yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And that's what I say, my brother. The principles of democracy. First and foremost, people in administration cannot be just randomly talking to legislators any way they want. As in the case of legislators just going and talking about people in administrative positions. Both both branches of government has a leadership, and that these leadership roles need to be exhibited, or they need to be uh, uh, um, what the word I'm looking for, used, lack of a better word. So if you have problem with the legislator, go through your chief executive, which is the commander, the president of Republic of Liberia. You have a problem, go through the president's office, and you have they have the director general for the cabinets. They also have the chief of staff. Channel your complaint to these people and let them professionally contact the legislative body on anything if you have complaint. But if you're not in a confirmed position, the legislator cannot call you for an oversight. They can only direct their anger or anything that they have questions to the president. They can ask the president that they want to have an oversight committee, a meeting with you, and then you appear there and they ask you questions as someone who's been confirmed by the Senate to hold position, especially the high office position. So there's a channel that's in place under the principles of democracy that people need to follow. Everybody should not be spokesperson for the executive nor for the
Right.
legislative body. And I think that's where the abuse of power is. And people get overzealous and they go out and make accusations against people with no merit. With no merit. Even if it have merit, there's a channel that you're supposed to follow. So it can be appropriated done. Once it's done appropriated, then they're subject to corrective actions. But none of that happened, and people just get up and make allegations. And
Thank you.
it's destroying our country.
Thank you. Let me make my own point, and you guys didn't hear me interrupting when you were making your point. I didn't say anything. You tell your own. Let me tell my own, please.
Let
But
me
you
mute
you
myself
you
first.
always tell us that you come and talk something ridiculous.
Yeah,
We don't want
yeah.
you to
Coming
be
to
looking
something. Yeah, mute.
ridiculous.
You need to mute yourself, and all of you guys may want to take talent or you take your talent or right now because liberal gonna be ridiculous. No, on a very serious note, Mose.
Yeah.
I think those of us that support this administration were in a right and a good position to criticize.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm gonna say to this is a clear indication that the communication process in this administration is failing. And to that extent, this government is failing miserably. The president came to this position not because of love of the Liberian people. He came to the position, from my perspective, of the ability to lead. He advertised immensely and insufficiently of the years of experience in government. And because of that, that under his leadership, the government is going to be run properly. What you just narrated here, Moses, is the truth. Assuming that this government and the leaders of this government has planned and put in place these remedies, whatever you want to call it. You have a system, existing system, that this president and his government came to power and does not dismantle. They decide to keep the system in place because they believe in the system, which we all do. Now, within that system, the political guru is on it again, folks. I just enjoy myself sometimes. I thought about all kinds of nyama, but I still enjoy myself. This government know very well how to lead. You have what you just told us, Moses. I agree. You have cabinet head, and within that cabinet head, you also have the leaders that's supposed to be dealing with. For example, you must have in a cabinet or in the inner circle the head or a direct person, the contact person for judiciary, the contact person for legislature, the contact person for counters affair, the contact person for each one of these activities. You are not a detector, but you are the administrator of your administration as an executive. Secondly, Moses, and I've been saying this on here every time. These young people that the president called to work, they don't respect each other. And because of the disrespect for each other, they don't care. Not that they don't know what to do. This young man spoke his mind. Most likely, I don't know, I'm speculating, I'm the most ridiculous person on this show. Most likely that he has tried this channel. Nothing's working. And if he did that, if he gone to the kind of thing we gotta talk about it. They're not working. Okay, I want to see the old man. The old man busy right now. Yeah, I don't think he's ready. He said, okay, next week. My man,
Legitimate
can't do
points.
that. I got something on my mind. I want to say,
Legitimate points.
I want to say, but you're not letting me there. You're not giving me. I mean, if the old man busy right now, you don't want to listen to the kind of thing. We're trying to protect him, make sure that his agenda works. If you
Exactly.
want his agenda to work, this man is saying, I got issue here that the president can put on the table to strengthen his hand. Hey, Moses, man, let the people come implore me. I will help them. I will help them. They got nothing. That comment the man made, if they will allow that for him to have that conversation with the president, and the president himself approached the lawmaker, I'm bringing a concession process to you, but we cannot do business as usual. And make it clear, with this man standing behind the president, that's how you communicate. That's how process is.
Liberal,
But
can
Labor,
you?
Most likely,
quick inquiry.
Liberal, I beg
you're
you.
coming now. You're
Liberal,
coming now.
liberal, liberal. I beg
You're
you.
coming. You're coming. I say, when you're talking, I say anything.
I won't support you. I won't support you with one. I won't support you with
No, I
one.
don't want support. I
With
don't want your
one
support. I don't
sentence.
want kumbaya here tonight. I don't here for kumbaya. I was telling her of keeping my mouth. I say I
Yeah,
come and
but
support you.
I have an inquiry. That's
Yeah,
what. There's an
but you
inquiry.
can have another witness stand. You know that. But let me make my point. I know other your each to dislodge me.
yes, yes, yes.
But let me say this on a very serious note. So the point that I'm making before I let Terry come in with his inquiry, as though they are talking they are Sasigu, they can come and play here tonight.
We're in the court.
Yeah, yeah. So, but on a very serious note, Mose,
Yeah.
this young man found that okay, if that's the case, first of all, who is he? I believe he was involved with another political party, and he came on board as a helper boy, whatever they want to call it. And he doesn't want to disappoint his people. So these are the kinds of stuff. Your man, the point person, if you are a secretary to the president, if you are a chief of staff to the president, you don't just sit and collect your salary. Every now and then you go to these young people, my man, you go to the Ministry of Public Works, unannounced. What happened? Oh man, what happened? No, I just kind of trying from you. What's going on? Or how you feel? The president is not seeing everything. You at the midpoint, you go and do these rounds to these young people. Talk to me, my man. What on your mind? What do you think we're doing wrong here? Let themselves be the credit of the association. I mean, of the organization before it gets out there. You think the minister they ain't got something to say? That's why when they go to cabinet meeting, that's why when they go to retreat, they fire among themselves because they got so many things on their mind. They have no way to vent them out until you bring them together. This is a thing you're supposed to do before they come together. What do you have? You write them down when you meet at the cabinet meeting. Yeah, Mr. President, Samson told, I visited Samson told this is the expression. This is what he think we need to do. Mr. Toll, do you care to expand on that? At that time, because all of the cabinet ministers, they know you have visited them. They know you have taken note. They're not going to fight. We'll say the political guru, he didn't eat his school fee money. I eat my school fee money on engineering. But when it comes to politics, I eat my money. I'm a guru. Let's hear from you, Terry. What's your before we go to Moses and your
My inquiry is this.
Point of inquiry. Since we're in your code of law, say your honor point of inquiry, and I'll listen to you.
Your honor, point of inquiry to the majority black.
Each of them, I look at them the way they can operate. It can really get to me. But let's hear from him. Let's hear from you, Derek.
So the man said that he went to the president. Do you listen to that part? He went to the president. The president called him and said, "My man, twist the information certain way. This is the way you should say it."
Before he went out.
Before he went to the Senate. I mean, before he went
by that time, the statement was already made.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now.
But it shouldn't be that time.
If he did not have proximity or access to the president would not have called him.
No, Terry, you see that you're down the bamboo coming.
Don't you think so?
No, the damage has already been done, and the president trying to resolve the issue. This is what you need to tell me.
I understand your point.
This is what you need to tell me. To say for the fact that the president even called him.
But the president, even the letter, according to him, he said he did not, after the president talked with him, everything, he came from there, they even told him what to do, he never responded.
Yes.
He never responded back to the office of the president.
At that point, here's the interesting thing here. For the fact that the president will even invite him after making that statement, the president could say, you know what, I don't like what the statement he makes, you fire. But the fact that the president will even take upon himself to
that's what I'm saying.
That means the president was already on board with what the young man said. Except to say the way you say it, my son. If you were to come to me, I was going to tell you do this and do that. But here's the thing here. Most likely tell the president I try, but nobody want to listen to me. You can't just get and walk in the president office. You have to go through process. And these people have put this man, our father, in a bubble. Let's hear from you, whatever your name is.
Speculatively.
Yeah, of course. That's my job. I'm the most ridiculous. And not only speculate, I'm the speculation. I talk politics with speculation as though I'm digging diamond, the prospector.
Wow.
Like, oh, Moses scared, huh?
I told you that when you play, when you ask,
People only
I
disturb
told
me,
you,
man.
do not tell Mr.
He can't
Sibley
yell
to
at
shake
you.
in
He can't yell. He's tired, feeling that. He can't yell at you. Moses, can
You
you
can
hear
hear Mr. Sibley?
No.
See this nonsense?
Oh,
Okay.
he fell.
Now I'm gonna shut this off. Yeah.
Now you gotta
Shut
Yeah,
it
shut
you
it
off.
gotta
off.
go come back.
He fell.
So Liberty you talking until your whole something drop. Look. Mr. Sibley.
LPR can never stop making people laugh. But on a very serious note, on a very serious note, these people have no respect for one another. First thing, this young man, he's a brilliant guy. You saw him going around saluting all of the revolutionary people in Africa, all over the continent. That means he's a mental thing.
Yeah, but
That
Libro,
means,
Libro,
huh?
this man seems to be a guy who have read so much of this revolutionary books
Oh,
and stuff.
he's a young
Yeah,
man.
so he's not. I think the president made a mistake to appoint him to that position.
Well, hold on now.
Uh,
Hold on.
uh,
Hold on. Let's do one by the time. One by the time. Not one at a time. I say one by one by the time. Let me ask you this, Terry. This president that you look at, you think he would just employ Samson too because people say employ Samson too? No.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
But the first thing
There are people in the job
the government, he said, he
that
don't even
seems
he
that he
told us.
just.
That's what he told us. But here's what I think happening. Men like this, young men like this, I'm sure the president must have heard his name before. Even if if you're not going to vet this man out, okay? If what the president need to do for us, open up, take yourself from that bubble, open up. Don't just say you want to steal, you want to steal, you want to make don't get angry before you make a statement. Because when you're angry, you're ready to talk to your children, and you don't care again because you vexed. But when you're not vexed, when you're laughing, that's why you tell them when you want to steal my children. I beg you, you want me to steal and let my children, let people enjoy in the country. They know you're not vexed, but they know you're saying something. But when you vex and come out across like that, they take it differently. This president, I tell you right now, the people that work for the president are some of the most smarter Liberians that you can ever come across. Look at people like Sir Johnny there. Look at Sir Johnny, the kid, that young man. He and separate man grew up together and you know that, Moses. But Moses, when you came, we and Sir Johnny were already there when you came. You met us in town.
You met me there, or I met you
I
there?
beg you, man. You met me there. You say what? That same colleague nephew here. Then you say you met. Look, I don't want you. I
You
don't
met
want
me there, or I met you there?
You
Which
met
one?
me there. You met
You
me
sure?
in Rhode Island.
You
By the
sure?
time I sure. When Sir Johnny came 1980, around when he came
Well, Sajani came from Minnesota to Rhode Island. He was already living in
who he came with?
Minnesota.
Who Sir Johnny came with?
He was living in Minnesota. Then he
I don't
moved to Rhode
understand. Who
Island.
he came with? Who he came with?
What do you
And
mean
what
who
street
he
you
came with?
what street you are living on?
Sajani was living in Prosper Heights.
You see that now?
Yes.
You see that now?
You see that one? You
That
came
was
after.
that why I say when
You
you
came after
you met,
me.
no, listen now. When Sir Johnny came, he came with his wife and his son.
Yes.
And they were
I know
living
that.
not on Prosper High, MO Avenue, that the first place they were living before they moved, because we were living Prosper High at the time. Before they
Okay.
moved, before they came. No, not
Yeah, you're
Prosper
right.
High.
You're
Okay,
right.
okay.
You're
Not
right.
when Sir Johnny moved to Prosper High,
Yes.
you mean the place over there way in Patoki?
Yeah. Pawtucket.
That
You're
time,
right. You're
you know what
right.
happened
You're
to
right.
Patoki? Okay, let me.
You're
I want
right.
to tell you more.
All
So
right, no,
one
don't say
time
no more.
I had a
Don't say
car.
more.
My car can only go backward. It can't go in the front. So I drove from when you enter the highway. I drove all the way to Prospect, had reversing. The policeman pulled me over.
And I one-way street, oh,
Yeah. The policeman,
one way.
that's why I was going backward. The policeman, he said, "What happened?" I said, "My car kept going front. I got only going backward."
You didn't get it ticket?
But listen now. So while he said, "Alive, take the car back." I said, "Don't." He said, "Can't get in the car. Get in the car." He said, "Okay, let me see." I said, "When I move my car, it will hit you. Move from there." He said, "No." I moved the car. Boo, I hit it. He said, "Oh, you come take this car off the street." I told my uncle, you know what my uncle did? He called the people in Liberia and said, "I want to talk to Samson father." The police people, where people scared of in the place, like people, Samson can be
He
hitting
told me,
all over the
say,
place.
who
That
are
my
your
uncle,
uncle, Mr. Sharo?
yeah, answer Sharo. That,
Oh, Mr. Sharo.
yeah, exactly. So I'm just telling you, but no, on a very serious note, when Sir Johnny came to Providence, Sir Johnny have already tasted school in Minnesota. When he
Yeah,
came, he educated himself. Then even when he was in Prosper High, he was working in Boston, running people financial
correct.
big bank.
Yep,
Smart guy, Sir Johnny. Very
yep.
smart. As
He,
as as your uncle.
I
Smart
know.
guy.
Listen. You're not telling me nothing. I don't know.
Oh,
Uncle
okay,
Sam
okay.
retired from the
Oh,
federal
okay. So you
government.
know, okay. So Sir
I
Johnny,
know Uncle Sam.
people that Sir Johnny, they're very smart. Very smart people.
Yep.
Okay. If you come in, they have worked into organizations that have leadership, that have a system. If you say this is a system I'm putting in place, anybody that have issue, let's discuss it before you go public. But this is a militant, a revolutionary. He think he help you. You see the kind of white shirt you are wearing, white clothes all over. He think what he help you, and there's nothing you can do about that. Let's hear from you, Moses, the person who met me in Rhode Island.
Yeah. But anyway, whatever you say,
What do you mean?
I
Why
knew
was
your
it?
uncle.
Why?
I
No,
knew
no,
your
wait now.
uncle very well.
Don't make you take it again. The game we play mental now. The one,
Oh my God.
the one that brought you to permanence. Don't make me count. Let me count on the fee. He thought we were in Monreal. You can't play Nigerian people. Then you wear gold chain all over about three pieces of gold chain. Moses there. I said, "Oh, man, you understand it?" Like, they went up in the air. He came by. He started looking for a gold chain in the sand. Go ahead, my
Well,
brother. Go ahead.
somebody took that, somebody formed my gold soccer ball, and I was the only person that had it, and this guy be damned, he bought it from New York.
Yeah, we go.
I
Yeah,
was the only one. That thing was never anywhere. He took it, he said he bought it when he
yeah,
know it,
yeah.
it, it dropped for me
They
on the
were telling
soccer
you, Moses,
field.
let it go. Leave it alone. Leave it
Yep,
alone.
yep. The man
But
took
anyway,
it.
all
He
right.
said for
That's
him.
well, how
Okay,
many years
anyway,
ago? Almost 200 years ago.
I know. Let's get
Jerry,
back to this.
Jerry, he this, he can't even, he have, because you were born, Terry was born, I believe, 1972 or something like that.
Need terror business. Need terror
Yeah.
body business
No,
ain't
he
no
was not
wahala.
born
Libra, you all
1978.
lost me already. So I just watching the two of you now.
Okay, all right, Moses, go ahead. Let's get back. Let's get back. They may come in plenty writing again here today.
Yeah,
Who's that?
Libra. On a
That
serious note,
you know who?
on a serious
Oh.
note,
Yeah.
what you were saying was right in place. But again, for some of us who have the opportunity to work in administrative position, quasi-administrative position, when you get into a department, it's always the head of that ministry of that department tell you the rules of the role as it relates to policy, as it relates to what you call it, um, uh, policy and requirements, accountability for that department. They brief everybody. You have to know the chain of command based on the policy of the department. What needs to happen, what don't need to happen. And the rules of the road is set for everyone in our department. So, for instance, what we're looking at, the president has to be briefed on every issue. I'm sure there's somebody that you alluded to earlier. There's somebody in that in the president's office that strictly has to do with concessions before you even get to the legislators. And so if you have issue with concessions, you go through the red chain until you get to that person.
Right.
And if that person needs you to come and testify before the old man, the president, or before the cabinet to tell them what's going on and how it can be corrected, then you do so. But people should know their responsibility at every level. And these things should not be held on the other side. When it happens, when the damage is done, then you want to do corrective action. It's very difficult. And I think that's what the Rescue 2 were alluding to. It happened.
Thank you.
The situation happened, and the old man had to intervene. That without intervention, then it's wrong. It's out of place. Now you hear the legislator now recommending the old man to fire somebody.
But the old man, let me say this, Amos.
What authority the
Yeah, do you
legislators
have
have to tell the old man to fire this person because the person made a statement?
Yeah.
You have no jurisdiction. That recommendation is ripped off and thrown in the trash. It's not in your position. If you
Right.
want to question somebody, you subpoena them, you have oversight.
Let me open the line. Go ahead, but go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
you have
Go ahead.
oversight responsibility to talk about anything because the legislator are there when a concession is reached and they're signing the concession. So you have the responsibility to call people in for a hearing for an oversight, and you can question them. But you don't question the subordinate and leave the head. If you want to call the head and find out why did this person do X, Y, and Z. So you can understand how the office is run. You can't just go right to the president and say, "Oh, fire this man." You got no right to do that.
Thank you. So
You have no right to do that. So everything is just chakla. I will say in Buza Quarter, they just chakla everything.
So
Then
Moses,
what time we're facing?
Moses,
Yeah.
you know one guy called Junior Segbe?
No, I don't know him.
Okay. Okay. What's about Junior Lawa?
I don't know. I know Lawa.
You know Lawa? You know what, folks? This is the liberal is on it again tonight. You know, your man over there. Oh, you're not there again. What's his name? David Jack, the scary man. He's scared.
That's small brother though.
No, Jacqueline must have about the same age.
I know we are, but Jacqueline. I don't want to say
Yeah, don't say nothing. Anyway, don't say.
Jacqueline, that small ball.
Yeah, well, anyway, the other time when we were in Montreal, he be there. I come to Asoke Jacqueline. I went to a house and he was telling me that Junior Lahar brother, that the former director of police, IG, Patrick Sulu, he said that Junior Lahar little brother.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, you mean when we were in the barrel, Patrick Sulu was just little kids?
I know.
So how I didn't know that, but he was well disciplined. They were telling me, say, yeah, the Peking always been very disciplined. But anyway, we're just throwing names around. How many people we know in the government? When I small children, we know everybody.
But
anyhow,
liberal.
Yeah, folks, the
put
number
this
is
in real
out.
quick?
The number is out. Give us a call 916 Terry. Just give me a minute. Skippy, give me a minute.
I know.
That's Terry. Okay, let me start. But anyway, folks, give us a call here 916-533-2048. And then the WhatsApp number 916-330-9721. Go ahead, Terry.
So do you know that Sheikh Koyate was escorted to the legislature by Presidential Affairs Samuel Stikwa and other government officials?
But it was too
for
late.
him to apologize and withdraw the remark.
It was too late, and that's why he gave them Huawei.
The legislature, and to Mr. Sigbe's point, the legislature voted a vote of non-confidence.
Yeah.
They're not saying that the president should remove him. It's up to the president to remove him because the legislature cannot interfere with the executive branch.
When they get that confidence, they can come back. Who cares for their confidence?
The vote of non-confidence we have in this man, that means that if the president don't take action on him, they could squeeze the executive agendas. They could squeeze it.
Yellow, you talking about yellow envelope, brown envelope, you want to squeeze anybody? Terry, man, big man. You're talking about people who are serious. I beg you,
Oh,
man, Terry.
but they have the power. They can do
They
whatever they
do,
want.
but they able to tell President Wakai to say do this.
Yeah.
The recast budget will soon come out again. They're able to open them up. I beg you, man, Terry. I'm talking something here.
Okay.
Look, let me. You know what he did to them. The people who were behind him, that scouted him. The reason they did that to make sure that he was going to behave. But by that time, the picking up make up in mind. When I needed you, where
But
were
he
you?
did behave.
Yeah, he did.
That after he left from among
And
them
then he
now,
started
he
telling the
chose
people the
to go
truth.
in your own direction.
When he went
No,
Yeah,
that
but
because
way,
but
when he went
you
to,
see,
when he went
you
and
see
that's
that
why.
he didn't follow protocol, which is not right.
exactly when he went with them, he was behaving.
Lebron,
At that
Lebron.
moment, after that, when he went by himself, that the time he started telling the real truth.
No,
That
but
you
you
get them
see,
one way. That one pays the legislature up now. There's also the other thing you were talking here that fly. Okay, we'll deal with him now. That first of all, they have no business bringing this kid up in a light like this. Let it go. Let me take this caller. Let it go. They didn't do it. Caller, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Samson told LeBron probably liberal, the political guru is on tonight, and he's right all the time. Let's hear from you.
Hey, Butcher, how you doing?
Oh, that your number here?
Yeah, that's my number,
You
Butcher.
scare me. Yeah, go ahead. You can be part. You can pass for CIO. Mm. Go ahead,
You
Chief.
know, I thank you for the topic under discussion concerning Shaq and Koyante.
Mm-hmm.
And the statement that you made, I disagree with the statement that you made
Go ahead.
concerning the issue that Shaq Koyante. That the government has paid mistreatment. If because Shaq Koyante, look at Shaq Koyante are not the position he's held that position, even under what CDC, he was in Saudi Arabia. Okay, as a presidential appointee, if you are making a statement against me that is not right, and the president said the Minister of State or Presidential Affairs, along with you to go there, and you went because if that man you put on the president, man who never had a ball, he went inside there, he apologized. After apologizing to the people, then he came back again on the radio. So how can people take them into this serious? Shaq Koyate behavior for the said the entire government has said mystery. What part of the government I really feel? I really want for you to point it out. There's a lot of progress that the government making. Maybe sometimes when the other group may get them on the other side when they're talking, sometimes you get them when you listen to it. Not be genuine to our country and see what the progress is the government is making in the country. I'm not saying the government 100%. But there are a lot of major progress that the government have made, and because of Shaq Koyate behavior, and you want to shame the blame, or because of Shaq Koyate behavior, the government administratively fail. I don't think we'll be doing fair to the government. Regardless of Shaq attitude towards a lawmaker, the lawmaker said that they had no confidence in Shaq Koyate, and live with the person that did the vote of no confidence. That's not the first time when Mary Bro misbehave to the lawmaker during any time. The lawmaker said the same thing, but what Ellie did, Ellie kept Mary Bro and appointed Mary Bro to a Moreover City Corporation, and she never sent Mary Bro for confirmation. So sometimes in one of the things too we're looking at, that not every group that political leader that join the rescue and get here that we do something, right away the president take a decision. No. These are the things that happen in the bad leadership because they couldn't maintain a relationship, and many of the people broke away from them. We know fully well that Shaq Koyate is a happy her. But in the meantime, the president will not make a decision right away because of what the lawmaker has said. But he should not better. Same as a diplomat, he should not better. So I don't want for us to look at unnecessary behavior and get here to shape the behavior of single person and get look at the entire government and say the government has failed miserably. And mostly Moses security analysts on the show, there's something I want to bring to your attention. Mostly there's one of the things I want for you to really talk about is violence that happened in the country. Just a lady that on the Facebook.
Hold on. 'Cause I don't want to. 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 'C Go ahead. The other man don't call until you call. Go ahead. Rescue 3. Go ahead.
The more violent or happy in the country, that lady said that she was a witch for him or somebody
That in your country, we know that they can behave.
They start touching that woman hair with nails. It can be a fucking nail to the woman. I think it's more fearful. So I really want for you to talk about it or the more violent in the country. How can we talk to like that? Because many people are doing this here, and when they are doing that, the video taking and the posting that thing is getting on the international media. I'm seeing safe for our country. Thank you for the show, both here.
Thank you. Caller, what's your name? Where you're calling from? Let's hear you. Caller, what is your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Aaron Brother. Aaron Brother, are you with me? Okay, he ain't got nothing to say. Thank you. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Aaron. When you before you join IE, you ever play football Coconut Plantation Sunday morning?
No.
All the fees in Morovia.
Huh?
No.
All the fees in Morovia. Central Morovia.
Okay.
Why are you asking the man the question?
The reason I'm asking you because those days, if you want to play higher to test your temperament as a player, they send you to Coconut Plantation where they will eat your back. They will eat your back. Did you go through that process?
No.
That's my fee. When I play on Coconut Plantation, it was at a different stage.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, go ahead. Let's hear you. What you want to talk about?
No, I just want to call. Every time, Rescue 3 get on the scene. Every bad thing, even if person I got to protect somebody and the person did something wrong, then Rescue 3 will come and say that person we are government. That person we are not the person we have a person. That's very, very sad. And if you allow him to go on with this, false information all the time. Check Saudi Arabia, we are government appointed. I don't know about that. I said to be corrected. I really don't know about that. But can you talk it? What how to call him Mr. Sigwin is talking about the legislators don't have no right to tell the president to dismiss somebody. First of all, if the legislators come up and say they declare no confidence in a government, executive branch official, and that president does not negotiate with them, that president trying to play home game, he was suffering.
All right.
You have to remember, the legislative branch is the first branch of government. The power of that, they are the only people that can question the president. They are the only people that can impeach the president.
Thank you.
You know that, Mr. Sigmund. So, they got power. They got authority to do that.
Thank you.
If you can't put no confidence in you, and the president defies that, trust me, your government will suffer.
Thank you.
Now, you know why you cutting me on, right?
Because you finished.
You get Clarence down from your phone,
We got clearing that Rescue 3. Who are you rescuing? You're not rescuing anybody. We're trying to rescue people. We're trying to rescue people from you. And what you want them on top of? Yeah, please.
I'm sitting in my car driving from work going home. And, it's look so astonishing to hear you guys talking about all these recommendations that you're making. Mr. Singh, the government will do this, the government will do that. I thought this government was the 42-year experienced government. I thought this government was people who are more educated than every Nigerian in the world. These are people that are making these simple high school mistakes. And you guys talking it. Every day you guys talking it. So, I was just talking about that. I was on the phone with him.
Thank you. Let me ask you. Let me ask you the last question. Have you ever played on FE? Have you ever played football on FE before? The
Oh yeah.
FE at the very end of FE. I'm talking about around FE. I mean, at they play where they play at the very end, close to the road. Have you played football there before? No, I'm that. Don't worry about it. I'm like, wait a minute. I practical. I got anything that I eat that PC team, man. I tell you, are you play on the sand, on the sand, on the
The
sand? Where
IU
they, where they,
practice, the IU practice ground. The IU practice ground. The man play there.
Okay, well, let me ask you though. You not play football. You not play football in LPRC ground before between those things. Okay, bye. Yeah, the one in Freeport between the things. Oh, okay, all right.
That
Okay.
what Port Authority.
Yeah, okay. So before I Tokyo, you used to be football lapa. Eh? Mm. And then so they can't borrow you.
I need to meet this Aaron Brooklyn guy.
He's a good player. He used to be a very good player.
I want his number so I can call
He
him.
just went on the wrong thing about
Yeah, you went to the. You kidding me?
okay?
I need to talk to him. When I finish talking to him,
Barrow. But why you go to real thing? You went with foreign thing. Why you go with the country people thing? You decide to follow the foreigner thing. No, I eat a foreign thing. Just see that. Bye. Goodbye.
well, Libra,
Okay,
can I
folks,
come in?
Samson told La Bropa. We're having fun tonight. The Libra is here. So, Moses, give us your closing. Please, guys,
Okay,
I
let me
want you
just
to
say.
leave. No, hold on. I want you to leave 5 minutes. I got something important I want to talk about.
Okay,
So,
no
Moses,
problem.
you got 1 minute, please. And then Terrell, close it with 1 minute. I
Please
want
give
to
me.
have at least 5 minutes.
Please
Please.
give me 2 minutes so I can answer
Okay.
Rescue 3 a little bit.
A minute and a half. Go ahead. A minute and a half.
Okay. Well, let me just say this for the interest of what Rescue 3 brought out about the mob justice. And these are things that we've been talking about for a long time. People taking the law into their own hands only exhibit that we don't have law and order in our country. And it's going to continue to hurt the Republic of Liberia as it relates to the international community. I remember one time during the Ellen administration where she said she had no control and people should form vigilante group, which is like community crime watch and stuff like that, and they started beating people up. What's going on with the beating and the prosecution and execution and whatever you want to call it, and the judicial process in the community is totally wrong and it's violating people's human rights. Seriously, it's creating a serious national security problem. And I think the government really needs to look into it. Like that guy who beat up those people, it was good that arrested the 3 people. And there were more that needs to be arrested, including the assailant himself, who's now on the run. I see a lot of fights. In fact, I think on one of the shows last week, I brought it up that these little fights are creating serious problem in the country. And, there are tons of videos that I've downloaded. I usually put them on the chat room. And I just ask the question, what's about this? What's about that? These are things that that are happening in small communities that police are not aware of. And because they're not working with the people in these communities, so they won't know about it. And it's getting serious. It's getting more and more in every community in the Monrovia, in the city area, and which is not good for our country. The second thing I want to talk about is something that Breakable just talked about. Brooklyn just talked about. When we talk about confidence, you see, just as Reverend Collins said, when they told Ellen about, no, in fact, it was, what's his name? It was, again, Rescue 3. When they brought a complaint about Mary Brewer, what happened? Ellen took her from where she was with GSA, because that was a confirmation position, and put her to mayor of the city. She went down there, the legislator could not touch her. When we say these people the legislator don't have any right to fire someone. We're speaking directly for the people who are appointed and
Thank you.
not setting confirmation. The confirmation people are people who oversee the different departments who are subject to come in for an oversight hearing. If there's something happening in the department, the legislature have the right to call that head for an oversight and ask them the question. This and this, we heard this and this and this going on, and these are the evidence. That give the person the opportunity to go and see if they can provide some redress to those
Thank you.
issues, and then come back for a follow-up hearing. But you cannot tell the legislature cannot police everyone that's appointed by the president, by the
Thank you,
executive
Moses.
branch. They can't.
Thank you.
They can't.
Thank you very much. Terry, go ahead. 1 minute and a half, so I can have at least five
Yeah.
minutes to make my point.
So firstly, I think Sheikh made a mistake. First of all, the legislature called you to give them evidence of what you said. He failed to do that before the legislature. That what made the legislature angry. The legislature is not angry because Sheikh Koyati said the truth. The legislature is angry because Sheikh Koyati went before them, acknowledged the request, could not produce the evidence, promised to go and publicly apologize, and went back and somersaulted. That is what pissed them off. And but here is the advantage that Chef Sheikh Koyate took both on the government and the legislature.
Is Sheikh in a
Sheikh,
confirmation position? Let me just ask that question. Is
Moses,
yes,
he,
Moses, let
he's
him close this.
confirmed. He's
Let him.
ambassador at large to the president.
they
Let him.
get confirmed?
I think he probably
Yeah,
did.
yeah, they had to
You
go to the
sure?
legislature.
Okay,
I'm
we'll
sure
discuss that
they
Monday,
had to
guys.
go to the
Terry, go ahead.
legislature
Moses,
first.
let Terry
I
go
think he
ahead.
met all the requirements and he got confirmed.
Go
But here
ahead.
is the thing. So he took advantage of the opportunity because he's a politician, and strategically he used that opportunity to present himself because now he gained relevance. What if the president do not fire him? If the president do not fire him, the president will make a leadership weak and vulnerable to leniency and very soft leadership that any leader can exploit. So I think the president need to take action. Lastly, if the ministers of the government continue to take all the money and send it abroad, the country will continue to get harder.
Thank you.
The country will continue to get harder. Thank you very much, Liver.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate Moses. Thank you,
Have a good
Terry.
night.
Thank you, guys. Let me make my point here.
Terry, call me.
My closing here is this. Thank you, Moses.
Let me see.
Yeah. So my closing tonight is this. Earlier today, many of us from the Nigeria community, and this statement pretty much directed at Nigeria community. Many of us from the Nigeria community saw the former president, uh, Fred Guion, make a press. I'm not too sure if it's a press conference or the statement read or whatever explanation, but he decided to call few people name, and those people name that he called, these are gentlemen, these are grown up, they will defend themselves if it need to be. But he did call LPR, Liberal Public Radio name. And I want to say that very quickly here. That on this entity, under the leadership of Mr. So, we've been on air now, we've been on this thing here for more than 18 years. Mr. So and Mr. Cry started. They brought me on board very early, at the very early stage. They and myself been together ever since. Manzola is part of it. Alan Jeru is part of it. People who have gone through this, if I start naming them tonight, we don't have time to leave. Many, many people you find on platform here and there that have gone through this process, this particular entity. Mr. So, who is the CEO of this entity? We have a system. If anybody calls and say, Mr. To, can you carry this and do this for me? Mr. So is the only person on this platform or the Liberal Public Radio that have the authority to negotiate on behalf of LPR. I don't have that authority. I cannot negotiate prices and what have you. Whatever prices you and Mr. So comes up with, that's the price that is agreed upon by you and LPR. One thing I do know about Mr. So, he will not take people money or go and say this is it, give us this, we will do this for you, like many liberal platform would do. If he agree with you before he even take his instrument or his tools to go do anything, agreement is going to be on here. You agree the price he give you, he agree with the price, whatever negotiation you guys have, and you go about it. I'll give you an example. Quite recently, I was asked by the Grand Jury Association president, Madam Idapor, to lead a committee. The $1 million project they're going about. I'm still the chairman of the um, project committee. I'm an engineer, so those kinds of stuff come my way. So I did everything. I went home to go bury my son. When I was leaving from here, I took over $2,000 equipment, a drone. They didn't pay me 5 cents. I took the drone over 2,000. Go look it up. Drone, I think it was a 2,500, 2,800. I took that equipment and flew over the entire project. I buried my son. The next day, I went to Zwetu to do that. Free. We came back. They wanted to have a convention to raise funds for that project. They asked me if I wanted to come. Before that, we had a meeting. I told them I just came back from Grand Gita after burying my son. I don't have the finances right now to be spending 2,000 here for a trip, going to rent a car, stay in a hotel, all that kind of stuff. A day or so after that, the president called and said, "You said something in the minute." Madam Idapua called and said, "You said something in the meeting the last time, but we want you to come. We want you to come and do your presentation." So the team and I, she said, have agreed. We'll pay your way from Sacramento to the convention site. We'll put you in a hotel, get your car and everything else. It's not from there. And I said, no, I don't want it. Anything that have to do with Grand people money, I don't want. She said, no, it's not the people money. It's my own money, and other few team members want to contribute, we'll do it. But we're not touching the people because I know exactly how Grand people act. They lied. They lied a lot. They make up stories a lot. I don't want to have anything to do with Grand people money because they are not truthful. Many of them, I'm not saying all, many of them are not truthful. And many of them are in leadership. They always have issue with money. And I don't want to be bothered with Grand people money. When I was also the eyes to do the women wing, I spent months, 6 months designing that project. So they decided they were going to have a convention in Philadelphia. So I flew from here there with the understanding that coming back, they were going to pay my way. At that time, I was not as informed with people, the greedy people business as I am now with Grand and the money business, Grand Association and money business. So I went there, paid my own way. Time to come back. After I finished doing the presentation, they raised huge sums of money that night. Time to come back. My coming by plane ticket, because it was the next day stuff, I was supposed to pay $600. They made me to borrow the $600 from them after doing all that work for them. I told my wife, buy my tea. She said, no. If we do that, it will be disrespect. We got the money. We're not going to buy your ticket. Since they want to buy and they want you to get the money from there, get it from there. When you come back, as soon as you touch ground, we'll pay them right away. I said, no, I don't want money from these people. Because if these people will look at me, I can't sleep at night for 6 months to design this building. And they've raised that kind of money. and they can't look up. They couldn't give me money to after telling me that they will transport me, and they can't do that. I don't want. She said no. Go ahead. So I took the money, got a ticket. I didn't even get a ticket. They bought a ticket. I came here the next day. I got in town the next day. I sent you a $600 back. I still have the receipt. So all of us that are connected to LPR, this association, this entity that have put Liberia, a Grand Union Association on the map. Nathaniel cried poor. There's a guy that died about a year or so ago. Sandro went with Nathaniel to go, went with Grand Union Association all over the county from different community to a different community, making video that none of the Grand Union Association pay fasting for. Nothing. We made a video, give it to them, they start selling it. You think they will give us money? They didn't give us anything. Then Fred, we're gonna come here tonight, call Grand Liberia Public Radio, we gave them money. As though we have not done anything. Whatever money you gave to Liberia Public Radio, it was agreed upon. You didn't mention that. You act as though we were taking money from you. When the people accuse you of stealing, Fred William, that on this LPR, the same entity that follow you at your, because they say you stole the money to go and feed yourself and buy your car. And that we LPR wanted to show to the community that you were working midnight. That on the LPR were following you with a camera at your working place at night, moving from one point to another, showing people that you're working. That on the same entity, Fred William. That on the same entity. That on the same entity that tried to vindicate you because the people say you stole money to show that you're working, because the people say you are not working. To show that you are working. This entity, midnight, will follow you. The videos are there. So honor this leadership of Mr. So, we don't go around taking money. Any money you pay. And in fact, Mr. So, I made it clear to all of us, none of us going to do anything free anymore. The day of free giving and free entity, the days are over. You want something, you negotiate with Mr. So. If he say yes, we carry you. He said no, we don't carry. We don't owe you 5 cents. What are Grand Guinea Total organization? What are Samson Total organization? We have entity. We have leadership. And based on the leadership agreement, we will carry your entity. Or whatever it is, we'll carry it for you. You think how the lights then come on? Go and look up StreamYard. How much people pay a year? And you're going to have the audacity, Fred William. After all, when I did that show for you that now, how much you pay? 5 cents you didn't give. But we wanted to make sure you're not a foolish person. For Grangidians, your fellow Grangidians, to go around and accuse you of living on people, on Grangidian people money. That's why we carried that show that night. That's why we follow you from one office to another with your laptop in your hand. People thought we were acting stupid. No. We wanted to make sure that to tell the Grangidians that Fred Guion is working. Fred Guion does not depend on your money to live. He's working and he's making money. And we saw you show us the kinds of work you were doing. You're going to come here and just throw LPR knee around like that as though we were somebody begging you or we took money on ceremonially or whatever it is. Unacceptable. We are also Grangidians. But when we do these things, we do it with pride. LPR, Liberia Public Radio, has been in the Grangidia community for a very long time. Go into, y'all know this story. When Nathaniel cried, when he sits on his knee, you know how you can sit down. He sits down for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. Sometimes you don't sleep. Putting your video together. Putting the Grand Guinea Association video together. For Grand Guinea Association to be on the map. You're going to come sit down and tell you I gave LPR money. When you and your people, you're doing your money, tabata business, they got nothing to do with us. Why are you calling our names? Why are you dragging us into this thing? When all along, I've been on the side. Not that I don't know about what you did. You and people did money business. But I've always said the process that they follow on you as an individual grand jury, I thought the process was wrong. I thought the impeachment process was wrong. I thought all of those that were involved. In fact, some of them, I don't want to read litigate what happened between Bull Union and myself. I don't want to read litigate that into this thing yet. But I just want to say in this public manner, like Bureau of Public Radio, we don't go around taking money when there's no agreement. You agree to the price. Mr. Soul tells you the price. I don't negotiate. He does. Because he tells you the truth. He tells you this is how much it's going to be. You agree, he does it. If not, you go your way, you go his way. There's no family business here. And this is why up to this time, LPR, you don't see LPR moving around having commercial here and there and things like that. Because he wants to make sure the entity live above the phrase. Yeah, we're broke. We don't have money. But you don't see us going around here begging you for money. This is an entity that have promoted Grand Jury Association than anything else. So for us to come here, for you to come tonight and call LPR into whatever, however way you spend your money, it's unacceptable. And you didn't give us a good explanation why you gave LPR the money. You didn't say that. But I thought I'd make this clear. We're watching. And if this entity, we have spent a lot of money. We have spent a lot of time. Between 3 or 4 people, lots of money has been spent for the LPR to be to where it is today. Mr. Soul is not giving us on us. He's a young man just like you, Fred. But he take this very serious. Go look at the price of this platform here. Go look at the price. It's not a secret. Go do LP. I don't call it screen yard and see how much they charge a year. We got Pro, the Pro one. Go look it up. You think when Wukanya will bring the video and things like that, you think that's just something that just happened overnight? We started with OBS. Then we went to Wirecast. Wirecast used to be what, $300 some more dollars a month. Him and Nathaniel work on StreamYard. We got StreamYard. Just so that we'll be able to promote issues. I'm just saying this. I'm not angry because I know LPR did nothing wrong. Whatever happened between you and Grand Jury with their money business, individually, I'm involved. I was involved individually because I was advising. A couple of times, you and I advised you, and you went out and called me 3 Face. I have the picture. I put the picture up. Fred Graham called me 3 Faces. You and Gibson Jerry went at it. And I put the picture of Gibson Jerry that you put Gibson Jerry in a well. They document to show those things. So I'm not neutral into this thing. But LPR is. If you're to call my name to say Samson told say, I'm not even going to bother you because I know I was involved. Now, negatively, I tried to advise because I believe what they did was wrong. And I always stood my ground. So I just want to say this in this public manner that LPR did not take Grand Jury people money unnecessarily. It's an entity, it's a registered entity. Mr. Soul labor hard to register the entity. Duly registered. And if you pay us, we'll report that. We don't steal people money. We're not like other Grand Jury organization that will go and make their chief then go steal money and go buy chigisu and things like that. Folks, I want to close on that tonight. Because this is not something, if you fight for an entity, to make sure that this entity continue to do what it's doing for the Liberian people. We come out here, we laugh. We come out here, we disagree. We come out here vehemently disagree. We all don't have the same idea together. We don't sing together. We disagree. But that doesn't mean you're gonna drag this good entity in the mud of Grand Jury, Tabata, and who's stealing this and who's not stealing this. We're better than that. LPR is better than stealing. LPR is better than stealing. Most of our analysts are all responsible and legible and transparent people. All of them. All of the analysts that come out here. They got their own money. They don't depend on people's money. All of the analysts that have been through here. With that, folks, sorry that I went over, but I just want to make that point. Thank you very much. I hope the CEO, most likely, will make a statement tomorrow on the same issue. But I tell because I heard it, I'm the board chair. Fly by night board chair, by the way. Samson, don't know about on a very serious note. We don't dupe people. So if Fred going around showing receipt of what money he spending, how he spend it, if he calls our name, let him be specific how he spend it, why he give LPR the money, for what reason. Don't start throwing people money around. I get that person the money, we get a person the money, and then you can't bring LPR in it and expect the liberal to be quiet on it. We're not going to do that. With that, I want to say thank you to everybody that been on tonight. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday afternoon. Have a wonderful weekend. We are still in the process, and this is where the CEO and myself will be making serious progress. Because I am the board chair. Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you. I'm the board chair. But on a very serious note, we want to have a new program. And this program is about the progressive and the two-way party. I want to go back to history. But I want this program to be aired in Liberia at a specific time on Saturday. So between Sacramento and Monrovia, there's 7 hours in between. So that means if I wanted to be aired early in the day, I have to get up midnight. Getting up midnight to just run my mouth, my people. That ain't 18. So I will talk to the CEO and see which time he think will be suitable. Not because I want his permission, by the way. The board don't ask. The board is the one you got to ask permission. I don't. You see that? Request denied. I don't say I coming to you for request. I say I'm coming to have conversation. I'm coming to you for request. That the board chair will ask you for request. I beg you, man. I beg. I'm the board chair. I beg you, man. So I will talk to the CEO and see, because he always call me Pape to see what time the Pape need to be up and how long the Pape need to be up. So we'll discuss that. We'll come back to you guys and let you know. I want to thank you very much tonight for everything. With that, I'll say good night to all of you. Good night, folks. Did I say good night already? All right, good night. Thank you. Toro